I'm Eden Amadora. It's so good to be together. This is one of the things I look forward to all week, to be with you. Just going to make sure my video doesn't play. Okay, yay. Here we go. Good to see you. For those who are on camera, Jen, nice to see you. I'm glad you're here. Got your hand up, ready to roll. Charlotte, Kim, Sylvia, Pat. Oh, good to see you. Lynn and Leaf, Deborah, Carol, and for those who are beaming in without your cameras on, I'd love to see your eyes, to see your faces. And for those who are coming in on Facebook, why don't you let us know where you're coming in from? And even better, we're going to drop a link in the comments below for you to join us in the Zoom so you can choose a card. And that makes it really fun to come over here. You can see my beautiful background. All right, everyone, let's just take a nice collective breath with our hand on our heart. And I'm going to do something very different today. I'm going to sing a song for you in the spirit of the archetype of the Great Mother. That's kind of the frequency my background is in today. You can see all this deep red, the red roses. We're going to feel ourselves just for a moment like innocent, beautiful children again. Okay. In the womb I hear the heartbeat of the mother. In the womb I am protected and safe. In the womb I hear the heartbeat of the mother. In the womb I am connected and loved. And when I feel alone, and when I feel afraid, I return to the heartbeat, I return to the womb. And when I need comfort, and when I need love, I return to the heartbeat, I return to the womb. In the womb I hear the heartbeat of the mother. In the womb I am protected and safe. In the womb I hear the heartbeat of the mother. In the womb I am connected and loved. And when I feel alone, and when I feel afraid, I return to the heartbeat, I return to the womb. And when I need comfort, and when I need love, I return to the heartbeat, I return to the womb. I return to the heartbeat, I return to the womb. This is for all children of all ages, for all children on earth, for every child's birthright to feel safe, protected, and loved. As I was feeling into the theme for our Oracle office hours today, I was speaking just before you all came on with Charlotte, my beloved sister, and we were feeling into another priestess sister's share recently about how there are so many wars, there are so many genocides. There are at least 5 major genocides going on the planet at this time, plus many, many other tribal wars and skirmishes, and so much bloodshed, needless heartache, violence, loss in this world. And my heart and my beloved sister's heart were calling to just put out this prayer for the great mother archetype, the divine mother principle, to awaken within the heart of humanity, to awaken within everyone, not just beings in female bodies. Every human heart has a spark of this remembrance, of this love, this unconditional love. As I was meditating earlier today, I was feeling this great cosmic mother looking down on us here on earth with all the beauty and all the joy and all the wonder, and then all these skirmishes and all these fights. And she was saying, children, there's enough to share. There's enough to share. Learn how to share. Learn how to share. This is the mother principle. This is where nothing shall be done to harm the children. So instead of fighting and throwing sand in each other's eyes like children in a sandbox where it's all ego and me and mine and my toys and my area of the sandbox, fighting over resources, fighting over land, the mother is saying, let us share, let us embrace. She is the unconditional embrace, where there is enough space, where there is enough food, where we become more intelligent in our way of sharing. So this is my personal prayer today, to weave into our collective and to go deeper into this return to the mother, return to the heart. There's a very powerful opportunity to come 3 days deep in a shamanic ceremony in a beautiful winter solstice ritual with us next week. So we will be gathering on the 20th, the 21st, and the 22nd to go deeper and deeper into the heart of love. And so, my loves, this is my prayer that we hold this container in today. And once again, if you're here watching on Facebook, come feel the frequency of the Great Mother. There's this beautiful, lush, red rose field that we're held in here in the Zoom call. You can join us in the link below. And we're going to begin. We're going to begin with a collective reading. And for those who are new, we're going to invite you to raise your hand first to receive a reading. And just presencing who's here, presencing all the beloveds that are here from different parts of the world, beaming across the globe. Yes, more harmony with all, sharing, receiving, nurturing, cherishing. Oh, yes, wise woman. Sylvia, thank you. I am another you. This is my prayer with you. Yes, so for those who are new, we like to just say where we're from, and then we can kind of feel us lighting up the globe together. And once again, my intention coming in to share like this is to awaken the heart. We're here to open our hearts, to come into heart coherence, to feel the interconnectedness. This is also the divine feminine, the mother principle that recognizes dazzling diversity within unity and interconnectedness. So we are here in the heart of this divine feminine energy, and we'll be receiving guidance and wisdom from 13 different archetypal faces of the divine feminine. Let's begin with a collective reading. This has been a fun way to, welcome everyone. This has been a fun way to feel the medicine for the collective at the beginning of these calls. So I'm shuffling my beautiful alchemical cards. You can see the peacock feathers, the alchemy, that is simply the raising of frequency, turning our lead into gold, turning the lead of our small stuck patterns into the gold of our presence, our open-hearted compassion, our love. So as I'm shuffling the cards, just feeling into your own precious heart, even if you don't receive a personal reading today, there'll be medicine for you. So feeling into an area of your life that you'd appreciate guidance, something that might spark resonance for you to take you deeper into the path, onto the path that is calling you in different areas of your life. Okay, my loves. We're going to pick our collective reading first. Who will come, or what will come? A face of the goddess, one of her sacred tools to work with, or a geometry, a sacred geometry card that is a frequency to embody. Here we go. Wow. We got a powerful tool. This is the tool of the crystal skull. And this is from a very powerful kick-ass archetype. This is from the archetype called the Creator, Destroyer, Preserver. And the crystal skull is all about focus. I focus, I create is the mantra. So every tool is not necessarily just a physical tool outside of our body to start working with. Yes, I have a crystal skull. I have one right up there. That being said, it's about you embodying the tool, your own skull, like a crystal skull, your own pineal, your own third eye, like a laser beam of seeing through the illusions of this realm. You can see this beam of light coming in from the crown and coming out. This is about focusing like a laser rather than a diffused kind of like, oh, I can see. It's like really see through, really seeing through to the true, what's real here. And as we focus, like a magnifying glass can start a fire, this archetype is ruled by fire. This is a catalytic fire starter that changes our lives through that passion, the rage of the heart, the courage, the fire in the heart. When we see clearly and we spark that holy fire, then things really move. And the archetype of the Creator, Destroyer, Preserver is always asking us to see what no longer serves, what you can destroy consciously, a pattern in your life that is no longer serving you, so that you can create with your raw life force energy, that you have the Shakti available to create what is true. And then the preserver aspect is asking you to honor what is essence, what is real. So for all of us to take this in as medicine today, to start to really intend to awaken the eye that sees beyond the veil, that pierces through, so you can focus on what's real and create what's true and move forward from that fire, that courage, the rage of the heart, the passion. So to the Creator, Destroyer, Preserver, we invoke the crystal skull. Aho. Blessed be. So, my loves, we have one beauty that is here, though she turned her camera off, that's raised her hand so far. And I'd like to let you know, if you're new, how to do it. Oh, Deborah's raised her hand too. Okay, scrolling down to the bottom bar, there's a little smiley face that says reactions and an upward arrow. If you have not received a reading, I would like to offer you a reading first. And Jen, I'd like to offer you a reading and to come be with me here. Hi.
Hi.
Where are you
San
beaming in
Diego.
from?
San Diego.
Welcome. I love,
Thank you.
yeah, I love San Diego. I've spent a lot of time down in Encinitas and Escondido, Carlsbad. Love the area. Wonderful. So I'm not sure if the crystal skull pinged something for you already, but we're going to see what else will come as a gift, as a tool, as a guide for you today. So I'm shuffling the cards, feeling into your personal heart's prayer, longing, intention. Maybe put a hand on your heart and a deep breath. And we're gonna fan the cards. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'll pop you off and bring you back on so that you can see bigger. When it's time to draw the card, you'll see it. All right, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. You tell me stop or there, whatever word you need. Okay, ready? Here we go.
Stop.
Woo! She is in the house. You got the triple face of the creator, destroyer, preserver. Sometimes goddess is like, I'm coming in. This is what's needed. This is it today. So let's go deeper. Let's bring you back on and go a little deeper. And all right. This is not a soft, mushy goddess. This is not the goddess of love that's all like beauty and pleasure and sensuality. It's not the great mama that embraces you and rocks you and soothes your fears and worries. This is, like I said, a kick-ass, catalytic, wild goddess. You can tell, right, from the imagery. So she's going to she doesn't invite you lovingly like let's look at what needs to change to have a transformative experience. She pulls you through the keyhole, and sometimes that looks like chaos, creative chaos. Sometimes it looks like breakdown before breakthrough. Sometimes it can feel like that destroyer comes in and everything we were overly attached to or overly identified with gets ripped away from us. And suddenly we're left in that stillness where that which is true, the preserver lives, the soul essence spark remains. And that's when the creator, this aspect, the red mother, comes back and gives birth to that which is actually resonating with your essence. So, in your life, if you have been in outmoded patterns of attachment, identity, even our preferences, our aversions, our repulsions, all the little things our ego gets buffeted around in reactivity, this is where she's like, enough. And her mantra is Kaliye Swaha. It's like off with your head, off with that little ego mind that's constantly like polarized and this or that or no or yes or no or ah. This is like that this heart fire that comes through instead. So, in the darkest night, in the dark night of the soul, there's grace, there's actual liberation. She's all about your liberation. So, just feel where that's pinging you, that something is happening in your world, and she's coming in very strongly right now, whether she's needed or it's already occurring. You can share if there's anything that's resonating for you in this archetypal phase.
So this year has been quite interesting in that I've had to break friendships that were no longer serving me that I've had since I was 18. Um, my brother and I have had this lifelong connection that he actually was intubated last night. He's okay today. I've talked to him. But for me to be at peace where he is a lifelong journey. And I've been able to tell my 6 brothers and sisters, where I am. And um, so, yes, this resonates with me to an immense amount.
Just witnessing you through these initiations. Yes. And just to Stay with that fire in the heart as things change. Nothing is real but ceaseless change. That is another piece of wisdom that she says. That through line, that clear light, that spark, the diamond in the ash is in the center of your heart. And we're just holding you in the breath, in the grief. Yeah. In this moment, just feeling, even if it's just feeling my hand etherically on the back of your heart, you're not alone. Breathing with you. Blessed be, beloved. Thank you for sharing your heart so vulnerably with us.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
I hope.
Welcome. Oh, and so it is. Let's ring the bowl to that beauty in the breakdown and the trust and that through line, that clear light, the preserver that pulls us through. There are a lot of us that are in major transitions, grief, losing beloveds. It's almost like if you're not grieving at some level, you're not paying attention, you're not awake, you're not present, because we've been suppressing, avoiding, denying, and using addictions to cover over the grief and the feelings and the truth of the intensity. We've been in it. We've been kind of like traumatized, even globally, by everything that's going on. So much. So it's healthy to grieve and to let yourself be held with the grief. Yeah. Oh, it's good to see some other beloveds are coming in. Hi, Jen. Hi, Terry. All right, Deborah, you're next in line here. I'm going to put you on with me. Good to see you.
Hi, thank you, you too. And hello, family. It's friends and family, family.
Family, I love it. Yes, it's good to have a safe and sacred space to be with soul family beings that are awakening together, coming into the heart, opening to this symbolic universe, to the Divine Mother. We're all opening our hearts to the interconnectedness, the family. All right, I'm shuffling the cards for you, Deborah. Beloved, feel, take a deep breath. You can put a hand on your heart and just get really in touch with that prayer, that longing, that desire, the vision, the intention that you're carrying into this call today, this reading. And I'm gonna put myself on the big screen and make sure you stay unmuted, and then I'll bring you back on. All right, so that way you can see. Fanning, fanning, fanning. All right. I often wish I could have like a bigger hand to get them really fanned out. Okay, here we go. All right, ready, Deborah?
Mhm.
All right, speak up loud and clear when you're ready.
And stop.
Ah, you got the goddess of compassion. Look at her. What a beauty. Kuan Yin, Tara,
Mhm.
even Mother Mary is in this frequency, the goddess of compassion. So I'm going to bring you back on now that I can actually see you. Here we go. All right, so right away you can feel the difference in the archetypal frequency between the creator, destroyer, preserver, and the goddess of compassion. They both are about compassion. And, one day I walked into one of these beautiful stores with Indian statues and goddesses, and I wanted to get a Kali statue, but it was very kind of disturbing to look at, right? Where this is like so soft and so beautiful. And I asked the woman from India that worked there, when you think of Kali, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? She goes, Kali Ma, she is the mother of compassion. So in a way, even though these two goddess archetypes are very different in frequency, they both have to do with compassion, different frequencies of compassion that we're bringing into our lives. And this one, embodied more by Kuan Yin, Tara, she is the compassion that is a cool, clear, violet flame that becomes a violet ray that purifies our consciousness. The compassion that stays with another. Calm means with. I am with you, with feeling, with presence, with that fire in the heart, just like the Kali fire, but a little more tempered and cool and precise, crystalline. This compassion is asking you, beloved, until you truly offer compassion to yourself, you cannot be a wellspring of compassion for another, because it is by your frequency that true compassion resides in your presence. And your frequency requires you to forgive yourself, forgive everything. Begin with yourself. So, whether this is something you've been holding for a lifetime or more recently, the ways we judge ourselves, the ways we overgive and martyr and fall into codependence and appear to be the most kind and loving and generous and compassionate person to others. But if that frequency isn't embodied fully, there's something there that's not going to be as powerful. And that clear light of compassion as presence, as that unconditional love and holy presence that you cultivate first in your own heart through self-forgiveness. This is for all of us that can resonate with this, but especially you, Deborah. She who loves so deeply and gives so much. Begin within. Begin. And let go of all the stories, all the judgment, all the little withholds towards yourself. Yeah, this came very clearly for you. And how is that resonating as you take in her guidance?
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. And I knew that there was a vulnerability that was required to have this occur in front of my family. And I saw for a minute that clear light that you talked about, and the curiosity is around the shift that will occur when that takes place in completion. And the deep grief that you spoke of is a process that I'm still going through, that has to do with the deep self-love and compassion. So thank you.
For the one, thank you for really feeling and owning and getting this medicine for the one. This is for all of us. Yeah, thank you. Blessed be. Yeah, so good to see you. All right. Ringing the bowl for self-compassion that ripples out into presence, into being with another without collapsing into their suffering, without commiserating, without having pity, without separating in judgment. When we're truly compassionate, we see through essence. We see through unconditional loving essence, and we hold that being as whole and holy always, no matter what appearances, what stories, what afflictions apparently are going on. That soul love and that level of compassion is a miracle. So we bring it to ourselves first for the one. Aho. Blessed be. Blessed be. Hi. Come over to the Zoom. I would love to see you. Don't be shy. In the comments is the Zoom link. And yeah, this is a beautiful being on Facebook who swims with dolphins and paints epic, epic art, visionary art. Loving you, beaming you through the tech. All right, we have some other hands up here. Shannon, I'd love to meet you. Let's see, where's Shannon in my little windows? Hi, come on. And then Jen, I see you too.
Hi,
Hi, welcome. Where are you coming in from?
Chicago.
Awesome. The Windy City. It's cold there.
It's very cold here. Nature here hates us. Makes it very hard to be a witch. There's only 3 weeks of good weather a year.
Oh, I've been there in the summers. It's humid and sticky and
It,
lightning lightning storms and fireflies. It's a big
100-degree temperature, 90% humidity. So my house is decked out in desktop fountains and plants and crystals. I'm like, I'm just bringing nature indoors where there's central air and heating.
awesome. Well, good to meet you. All right. We're gonna be with our hearts and our longing, our intention, our feeling, and just receptive opening for the goddess today. Who or what is coming in? Here we go. I'm going to do the thing I do where I get big and then bring you back in. All right. All right, my dear. If the cards don't pop and disappear away in the background. All right. Let's see. Can I hold them like that? Yes. Ready, Shannon?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go.
Stop.
Woohoo! We're getting lots of goddesses today. This is fun. We have had 3 archetypes in a row. This is the goddess of love. She is a sensual beauty. Let's bring you back in. Yum. You can feel the yum already. It's the yum.
It already read. About it.
Totally different frequency than the other two. You can feel already this sensual embodiment. She's here saying, it's a lie. With all those patriarchal religions and, this kind of like austere spiritual discipline where you can't feel, where your body is like your enemy. No, it's a lie. You can awaken with your senses, through your senses, not in spite of them. When we bring more consciousness into our senses, we heighten our senses, we become feeling body navigators, we become incredibly adept at navigating this realm through our senses. And this is the divine feminine way. It's not in the negation of the body as the living temple of love. So she is calling you fully into your sensual embodiment, your sensual awakening, to expand. Her word is expand rather than contract. And you can take that all kinds of directions. Your frequency, as you raise your love level, which starts just like with the goddess of compassion, with self-love. The more you love, and it begins within, the more you love yourself, the more you raise your frequency, the more causal you become, the more powerful you become. You pull others into that magnetic, juicy, high frequency energy. You can shift situations, relational dynamics through your yes, your yum, your yay as a goddess of love. It's a very powerful frequency, the open heart, the unshielded heart, the magnetic heart.
Well, I've always been someone who always leads with my heart first, but I've been doing a ton of self work lately, including somatic therapy and learning tantra. So studying a lot of the of the healthy feminine, the healthy masculine, integrating all of that.
Yay. She's coming as a big confirmation for you today to keep expanding. Her mantra is I feel, I respond, I beautify. So, your whole world, I know your house is already like sumptuously full of crystals and fountains and plants. You're just going to continue to beautify through your aura, through your frequency, through your essence. And everywhere you step, walk in beauty, beloved.
Thank you so much.
So good to meet you. Let's ding to the goddess of love. Ring in the bowl for the one heart to embody more of this in this world where we become activists through our sensual, pleasurable embodiment. What a beautiful kind of activism. To the goddess of love within us all. Yay. All right. Jen, I'd love to meet you. Come on over. Hi. Oh, I think you remuted. Go ahead and try again.
I was just following the buttons.
Yeah. Hi. Where are you beaming in?
Hi, Monticello, Indiana.
Indiana. Awesome. I just love the ripple of the goddess, the divine feminine through the whole all the places in the world, bringing it to Indiana through I haven't been there, but I imagine fields of crops and corn and like not in the winter maybe, but in the spring. Yay. Okay, beloved, this is for you. This is your time to receive the guidance, the wisdom, the archetypal beauty. So hold your precious heart, feel the dream, the prayer, an area of your life. You're like, I'm ready, I'm ready. Show me. Let's see what comes for you. I'm going to spread them and come out and then bring you right back in. Stay unmuted so that I can hear you. Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go.
Stop.
Ooh, okay, you got a frequency card. I'm going to show it and then I'll bring you back in. So it's a sacred geometry and it's the frequency of the unknown. It's the word unknown coming back together here. Okay. So this frequency card is from an archetype that rules over this time of year, over the dark of winter, over the fallow field, over the stillness. As we move towards the winter solstice, our ancient ancestors, they would come together and they would celebrate the darkest, longest night of the winter. Their prayer was for the return of the light, right? And so when you are in this frequency of the unknown, of the dark, of the stillness, underneath the fallow field is where the magic happens, where the seeds are actually remineralized, where new life is getting ready to burst forth in the springtime, in the natural order of things. That being said, there is a cycle of stillness. There was a cycle of pause. And our culture doesn't honor and revere that. We're in a patriarchal system that says, keep producing, keep it together, keep showing up, put on a happy face, do, work, work, work. And this aspect of the goddess is inviting you into that rest, into the stillness, and into the unknown pause before the new cycle, before the new growth, before the next phase. And often we fear the dark. Often we fear the unknown. The ego mind wants to control. It wants to plan. It wants to have some kind of grip on reality and know. And this is not about that. This is about trusting the goddess, trusting the divine, trusting even your own higher self, that you've got this in the still point, in the unknown. So just breathing with that for your life, for where you are, for what's going on, for all the unknowns that you're facing right now. And just feel where that's medicine for you in this moment of your journey. She says, I trust, I release. Try to say that with me and feel that. I
I
trust,
trust.
I release.
I release.
I trust, I release. Yeah. And this, I'm sure, is big medicine for a lot of us here and globally. There's a lot of this going on. So feel for yourself where there's a part that you can bring and really hold that as guidance for you right now. Is there something that resonated in your life?
That's actually my third confirmation. I enrolled into the University of Metaphysical Sciences a couple weeks ago with my first confirmation, and you're the second one since I've enrolled. So that's awesome.
Well, blessed be this confirmation. You're going to be diving deep into the arcane, unknown, occult, mystical, and that journey is sure to take you into such an amazing place.
It's
And
already been quite interesting.
always to be held in love and service with all that wisdom, beauty, and magic. Blessed be. Great to meet you. I'm going to ring the bowl for the one. I trust, I release. I trust, I release. Talk about specifics. The unknown, the occult, the arcane. I'm enrolling in the metaphysical university. Terry, I'd like to say hi and see you. Hi.
Thanks. Hi, how are you?
Good to see you. I'm glad you could
Good to see
make
your
it.
smiling face.
Yeah,
What? Sorry?
I'm glad you could make it. It's good to see your smiling face.
I know I'm juggling phone calls. I'm trying to like keep things at bay. I'm kind of working on a few things. It's been a really nutty week.
So you're going to be my final reading of the day. Let's really
Oh, I
make
feel blessed.
make this one matter. Yeah, so we're shuffling your cards and just feeling your precious heart for all the ways that you play in the world and with your beloveds. This is for you. This is for you. And I'm gonna bring you off and bring you back on. Stay unmuted. Here we go. Okay, and as Terry pulls her card,
Go ahead.
just all right, you ready?
Sure. Mhm. Go ahead. Right
All right.
there.
Oh, already. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready.
You're ready. You're like, give me the first one you touch. Oh, this has been an epic Oracle office hours. The fourth full goddess archetype card.
Oh.
I think last week we didn't even get one. This is like
Huh.
they're coming out in full force today. Check her out. Check out that beauty,
Wow,
that
it's
divine
beautiful.
fire, that color. This is the alchemical goddess of ecstasy. She says, I am union, I am grace, I am freedom. I am union,
Wow.
grace, I am freedom. And you know what's so cool? In the greater turn of the archetypal wheel, the unknown card that we just pulled is all about the last phase. It's like when the moon is about to become completely black and we're letting go, letting go. And then the celebration after the dissolution into the darkness and the unknown is the full colors of this butterfly woman emerging from the chrysalis. This is the order that it's like, yeah, the light's returning in rainbow technicolor. That's life. We are coming back with more beauty, more ecstasy, like the phoenix rising from the ashes.
That's a
So
perfect description this week.
So if this is like a helpful reassurance, if you've been going
Yeah,
through a goop, you've been in the
yeah.
caterpillar goop, get ready to fly, sweetheart, because
Well,
she's
yeah.
coming to hold you in that beauty, in that fullness. I am union, I am grace, I am freedom.
God.
Yeah. And you know, the grace comes from the suffering, from the dissolution. Like when that caterpillar is getting dissolved by his own imaginal cells, there's resistance. The ego mind is going, no, 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 no. I want to stay the same. I want to remain. I know what I'm doing. And then the imaginal cells, the soul essence light that's pulling us through has much bigger plans, much bigger plans. And you got to
Thank
let
you,
go.
Source.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I, I can feel it resonating.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is my SOS. I really was really wondering what was going to happen. It's- Thank
So just breathing into that peace that she's sitting in, that alignment she's sitting in, that trust, that divine fire that's burning away all the dross, all that isn't true. It's all being composted. Transmutation. That's alchemy. The alchemical goddess is just saying yes, absolutely yes for this. So thank you for receiving so
Thank
beautifully,
you.
so
Thank
deeply.
you.
And
I
good,
couldn't. That's the best news I've heard in the last decade right now. I just want you to know that.
so good to feel your heart and that humor and that laughter and that like, may it be so. Just surrender. Let it unfold. It's happening. All right, my
Well,
friend.
yeah, I've been doing certain things and I'm like scared. I'm like, I hope I'm doing the right things because stuff's full. I feel like Nero with the, where Rome is burning and I'm playing the violin. That's kind of what I feel like. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to keep going forward and it'll work.
Yeah.
So,
The caterpillar is letting go. The wings are coming to
yeah,
grace. Grace.
yep. I've been a
So
puddle on the floor. So, thank
all
you.
right. Yeah, let's ring the bowl to that, the blessed dissolution of the old, even if it feels scary. We are here in love, as love, for love. Each of us taking this medicine very deeply. Blessed be. And so, my loves, I have exciting news. Well, there's no Oracle office hours next week because, as I mentioned earlier in the call, there's an even more potent container that you're all invited to. It's free. And if you haven't signed up, look in the chat right now. It is the live spiritual masterclass. Now, this is a deeper dive because we're ready. You've been coming for a while or you're resonating and you're like, I am ready to be a part of this container that is going to actually bring some transmutation and alchemy into my life in a beautiful way. We're returning to the mother, returning to the heart. The first day, the 20th, will be an hour-long temple-like ceremony to prepare us for the deeper dive on the solstice on the 21st. Come to all three. If you can't because you're working, do the replay and prepare because it is a very powerful, beautiful ritual where we'll be releasing and letting go, just like we talked about that caterpillars releasing the old, the outmoded ways of being, shedding like a snake. There's so many great metaphors. We're going to be releasing, and we're then going to be held in a powerful myth, a myth of descent and resurrection into the light again, where we will find that North Star to bring forward in our life in such a powerful way. So, if you've been seeking clarity, if you've been seeking grace, you've been seeking loving community, you've been ready for big change, come be a part of this live spiritual masterclass in the form of a winter solstice free live ritual. And yes, come be with us. Thank you, Amber. I'm really excited to be with you for that. It's going to be deeper than these Oracle office hours calls. Charlotte, can I bring you on with me? It's not just me. It's going to be a group of loving guides. And I'm going to bring my beloved Charlotte in too. We're going to be holding this much like we do our Mysterium, our mystery school experience. So you're going to be really held in the mystery, in this entryway into the heart of the mystery with us. And Charlotte, is there anything you would like to share as well in the?
I think you've covered it. There is something just really powerful about entering into ritual space, especially at the end of this year, because as we enter into ceremony and ritual in a deeper way than even we are in these Oracle office hours, it's just an opportunity to fully step out of our human selves, our more egoic self, and actually come into the deep transformation that happens on our soul essence self. And I think, I don't know, with so much that's going on in the world right now, there's just something so incredibly powerful about coming to the end of this year and this winter solstice to really enter into this darkness, this portal, and go through this ritual within ourselves to truly release, to let go, to trust. So, you know, for that, many of you are familiar with ritual and ceremonial space, and for those that are not, it's just going to be a beautiful opportunity to really connect to that deeper alchemical soul transformation that happens in these spaces. So I think that's what I'll just add.
Thank you so much for that. And as we started the call with the need for this Divine Mother principle to come so deeply into all our hearts, to have a coherent field, to have loving community, to feel her, to feel held in that embrace, to then really feel her with us for this next chapter of our lives, and to strengthen that connection and be that lamp lifter, that embodiment of her in this world right now. There are many of us who are called to serve in some way. There are many of us who are called to use our voices more powerfully right now. There are so many of us waking up, and sometimes we feel very alone on that journey. So this community is also a very powerful place to be fully seen, fully held, expressed, witnessed, loved unconditionally, and to receive deep medicine to feel you're not alone. So we can do this great work together. We are her, like, cells in her body, the Great Mother, and so needed on the planet at this time.
I just want to add one thing there, like just to follow on from what you said, and just recognizing that I know that so much of your work and my work and our work is actually in supporting all of us rising up into the deeper depths of our own self, our deeper voice, our own work. And so this ritual, and even then the year-long mysterium, for those that are really called to deepen with this work, the intention, I know for next year, maybe you want to speak to this too, is just this coming into this deep union within ourselves, this like merging of our humanity and our divinity to meet so fully in our heart, and that we are here to empower each other. And there is something just so powerful, just to piggyback, we cannot do it alone. We need the reflection of each other. We need the witnessing of each other. We need each other to hold ourselves accountable, to hold that mirror, to remind us, you know, of that higher self, even to like challenge us and initiate us when we're in our ego self, when we're in our shadow, because we're all learning to transmute like so much of this deep patterning and wounding that exists within us. And I know in my own work, and I know for you too, Eden, like the power of this work is actually having these sacred mirrors to witness and empower and celebrate each other, rising into the gifts in the heart, but also to challenge and initiate each other when, sister, you're not in alignment. I can feel that you're in your shadow. And to have that safety and that holding and that container is just so powerful. And so I just want to add that into, like, not only is this ritual, you know, next week, you know, in support of that, but anyone that is called to truly deepen in this work, And I just really deeply, I can't recommend enough, considering like looking into, joining us in the Mysterium next year. So I'll leave it there.
Yeah, you said it so eloquently and so powerfully. There's not much more I can say except that it's just been such a blessing to my life, and I'm in it with you every round. This will be our fourth round. So we're talking about the year-long training now that's starting in January. The winter solstice ritual is like a mini version of that, a taste of that. But for those who already know, like, I am so called to go deeper, there's an opportunity to do that starting in January. And I believe you put that in the chat as well. Yes, to be with each other, to witness each other. And it's very rare to have that level of initiation. And that's a word that some of us are familiar with, and some of us are like, what is that? There's a mystery to that. And we're all going through levels of initiation as souls, and life will initiate us. This is just a very precious opportunity to have a conscious path of soul initiation that you're tracked and held and catalyzed. And it's like quantum leaps of change compared to, like Charlotte said, when we're doing it on our own, less consciously, without the holding or the tracking. So for those who are on a dedicated path of awakening soul growth and who are also drawn to the divine feminine mysteries, this is the deep dive, the year-long training. And the applications are open. It's not for everyone. It requires an application and an interview because it's deep soul work. It's deep shadow work at times, and it takes a certain maturity. So we will be talking to you about that. This being said, if you're called, this is a time to come in because there's a very beautiful devotional invitation. I sometimes squirm at the things like early bird or whatever, but we'll just say that we want to make this available for more people who are called. So we have ways of making this more doable for you. So please don't hesitate to check out the page, check out the application, and then you can sit with us. Jen is asking, do you have a recording of the song that? No, thank you. Thank you so much for receiving so deeply. That song came into my life more recently, about a couple months ago, as a great mother song. And the woman who did the original is named Copper Woman as her band, as her, you can look up Copper Woman. And I'm pretty sure it's something like the womb of the mother. Isn't that a precious song to feel that beauty? Yeah, Divine Mother's love. So
maybe you could close us out with that song again, because I know a few people missed it at the beginning. It was so beautiful.
That's true. Okay.
Just to close us out with that song again.
Do it one more time. Let's bookend the call with the song. Here we go. And that's another fun part of the mystery school work, is the singing together and learning these sacred chants. All right, for our hearts, for the hearts of every child on the planet, for those children that aren't being protected right now, for the souls that came in with that birthright, may nothing be done to harm the children. In the womb I hear the heartbeat of the mother. In the womb I am protected and safe. In the womb I hear the heartbeat of the mother. In the womb I am connected and loved. And when I feel alone, and when I feel afraid, I return to the heartbeat, I return to the womb. And when I need comfort, and when I need love, I return to the heartbeat, I return to the womb. In the womb I hear the heartbeat heartbeat of the mother. In the womb I am protected and safe. In the womb I hear the heartbeat of the mother. In the womb I am connected and loved. And when I feel alone, and when I feel afraid, I return to the heartbeat, I return to the womb. And when I need comfort, and when I need love, I return to the heartbeat, I return to the womb. I return to the heartbeat, I return to the womb. Blessed be to the Divine Mother, the Mother of us all, the Mother within us all. We are one heart. We are cells in the body of the Goddess. So my personal prayer that I close with is that we awaken the heart and see clearly through the eyes of the heart. I am another you. I am because of you. We are the one heart. Blessed be. Only love, everyone. Only love. Only love. So good to be with you. Until next time, Winter Solstice Ritual